Hi, and welcome to day 13 of Worldless Advent. Jesus says, if somebody strikes you on the right cheek, then turn to them the left also. What he doesn't say is retaliate, and he is not saying be a doormat. For someone to hit you on the right cheek in those days meant a slap with the back of the hand to the right cheek of the victim. It wouldn't be with the left hand. That was used for something else that meant you didn't use it to touch anybody. Do I have to explain? Yeah, but there was no loo roll. Okay? So that's what the left hand for. So if someone hits you on the right cheek, it means they are slapping you like that. And a slap like that means they are lording it over you. If you turn then the left cheek to them, it means they have got to punch you on the left cheek. They slapped you down on the right cheek, but with the left cheek they have to punch you. And in those days, a punch was what you used with an equal, not someone you looked down on. And so Jesus is saying stand firm in face of aggression. And if they're going to treat you like you are worth less than them, turn the other cheek to show that you are of equal standing. So don't retaliate, don't be a doormat, but stand firm. In the parable of the 10 minas, which comes in Luke 19, after the salvation of Zacchaeus, there's a story about a king who goes away, or a guy who goes away to be made king. People don't want him to be, but he is. And when he goes, he leaves his servants with a mina each. And when he comes back, the first two guys have made lots of money with their mina, 10 times, 5 times. But the third guy comes in and said, I think you're an evil king. You treat people unfairly. You take what is not yours. And therefore, here's your mina back. The man, who obviously as a servant in the beginning of the story was a supporter of the king, has realized how corrupt and evil this person is. And so he stands up to him and he takes the consequences of that standing up to the king, the evil king. You have a look at it yourself. Luke 19. And Jesus is encouraging people to stand up against evil, to look them in the eye, not to run away, but to look them in the eye and say you are wrong, even if it costs you your life, as it did for Jesus, as it's done for so many people, the well-known ones like Oscar Romero and Martin Luther King, but the thousands and thousands of unknown people who have stood up for their faith and have stood up against evil in this world and lost their lives through it. Not because they were fighting, not because they were taking a gun but got shot before they could shoot, but because they were standing unarmed with just the power of moral, just the power of truth, but taking the consequences. And so don't ask me to go to war. I wouldn't ask anybody else to go to war. There is a better way to confront evil than with violence. If you live by the sword, you die by the sword. So don't pick up a sword in the first place. Stand up for what is right, even if it costs your life. And look, that's easy for me to say. I've never been in that position. But it is what I believe, and it is what others have done. I don't want to be tested in it, but if I am, I hope I will be true to Jesus in order to not be like the world.